Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news, so, folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you is shaping up to be one of the most exciting and potentially game-changing developments in the NFC North this season. The Green Bay Packers are reportedly on the verge of making a huge move that could redefine their defensive front and elevate their chances of making a serious Super Bowl push. And no, I'm not just talking about some minor tweak. We're talking about a blockbuster trade that could send shockwaves through the entire division, and especially for the Chicago Bears, who are currently trying to rebuild and find their footing after a disappointing start to the season. But before I dive into all the details, let's set the stage a little. The Packers, sitting at 6-3-1, have been quietly building momentum over the course of this season. They've shown flashes of dominance on both sides of the ball, especially on defense, where they've been solid but could definitely use an extra weapon up front. Meanwhile, the Bears at 5-5 have been trying to stay afloat, but their defensive line has struggled at times, and they're looking for ways to bolster their pass rush. According to multiple sources, including NFL insiders like Adam Schefter, the Bears are in serious talks to trade Montez Sweat, one of their most talented pass rushers, to the Packers. And the reason behind this move is pretty straightforward. The Bears are looking to free up cap space, around $13 million, and acquire draft capital, specifically a first-round pick in 2026, which they can use to rebuild their roster, especially the offensive line after allowing 25 sacks this season. Now, here's where things get interesting from a Packers perspective. Montez Sweat, drafted 26th overall in 2019, has developed into a key piece of the Bears' defense. He's a disruptive force on the edge, capable of generating consistent pressure, which is exactly what the Packers need. For those who follow the team closely, you know how much a dominant pass rusher can alter the dynamics of a defense. Sweat's career stats speak volumes: over 280 tackles and 45 sacks with a PFF grade of 85, 3 overall. This season, he's been excellent, with 22 tackles, 5 sacks in just 10 games, and a PFF grade of 83. 7 as a pass rusher, putting him in the top tier of edge defenders in the league. What makes Sweat such a perfect fit for Green Bay is not just his individual talent, but how he complements the existing players. Pairing him with Rashan Gary, who has been a force himself when healthy, would create a terrifying duo on the edge. And remember, Gary's injury history has been a concern, so adding Sweat would help reduce the load and prevent injuries from piling up. Plus, Sweat's ability to generate pressure, averaging around 2-1 pressures per game, would ramp up the Packers' already formidable pass rush. It's worth noting that Sweat has been dealing with a sprained ankle that caused him to miss 2 games earlier this season, but when healthy, he's posting numbers that could elevate Green Bay's defense to a whole new level. Let's look at the bigger picture here. The Packers are currently allowing around 21.4 points per game, a solid number, but with the addition of Sweat, they could push that even lower. His presence would likely increase their pressure rate by over 22%, projecting around 12 sacks for the season, a huge boost for a team that's been looking for more consistent quarterback pressure. Not only that, but his run-stopping ability and ability to create disruption in the backfield would make Green Bay's defense much more formidable against both the pass and the run. The analytics back this up too. With Sweat on board, their expected points added per rush could improve significantly, allowing them to shut down opponents' rushing attacks more effectively. For the Bears, trading Sweat makes sense from a strategic standpoint. They're balancing a tight cap situation with the need to build for the future. They're also prioritizing upgrading their offensive line, which has allowed 25 sacks so far this season. They're betting on the draft picks and cap space to help them address those issues, even if it means letting go of a talented player like Sweat. But for the Packers, this isn't just about adding a star, it's about transforming their entire defensive front. Imagine Sweat rushing the quarterback alongside Rashan Gary, with Preston Smith providing veteran leadership and relentless effort. That's a front seven that could dominate for years to come. Now, let's talk impact. The addition of Sweat would not only boost the pass rush, but also energize the entire defense. His pressure rate and sack production could push the Packers' defense into the top 5 in the league, maybe even challenge the best defenses of the past few seasons. The secondary, which has already been playing well with the likes of Jair Alexander and Russell Douglas, would benefit immensely from the extra pressure on the quarterback, leading to more turnovers, more forced fumbles, and more opportunities for the offense to capitalize. And when you look at what this could mean for the team's Super Bowl aspirations, it's clear that adding Sweat might be the move that pushes Green Bay over the edge. Now, for fans who love the numbers, here's a quick breakdown. Sweat's impact on pressure rate alone is projected to increase Green Bay's overall by over 16%, and his run defense metrics are solid, allowing about 115 yards per game on the ground. His EPA, expected points added, per rush would drop to around 17, meaning he would be a nightmare for opposing offenses. All these factors combine to make him a true game changer. And if we compare him to other star edge rushers like Van Ness, the difference in pressure generation and win rate is significant. Sweat's win rate against blocks is about 80%, compared to Van Ness's 67%, which shows just how disruptive Sweat can be in any game situation. Plus, his ability to reduce injuries in the rotation, especially with Smith aging and the need to keep players fresh for the postseason, cannot be overstated. Looking ahead, the Super Bowl odds for the Packers could improve dramatically with Sweat in the fold. Currently, their odds are around plus 800, but with a player of Sweat's caliber, those chances could shorten to plus 550, making them real contenders. His presence would be especially impactful against mobile quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson, who can extend plays and create chaos. Sweat's ability to contain those dual-threat QBs adds an extra layer of security to Green Bay's defense. And let's not forget, the Bears are sitting at long odds, around plus 10-0, and this trade could be a sign that they're pivoting to a different style of rebuilding, similar to what the Vikings did after trading for Hunter a few seasons back. But for the Packers, this is about seizing the moment, making a statement, and building a defense that can carry them deep into January and beyond. In the end, this potential trade signals a shift in the NFC North balance. The Packers are clearly aiming to capitalize on their current window, adding talent that can elevate their play and make a run at the Super Bowl. Sweat's addition would be more than just a roster move. It would be a statement of intent, a clear message to the rest of the league that Green Bay is serious about contending, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. It's reminiscent of the aggressive offseason strategies of teams like the Eagles or the 49ers, who aren't afraid to pull the trigger on big trades when the opportunity arises. And if the Packers pull this off, they'll not only strengthen their defense, but also send a message to the rest of the NFC that they're here to stay and ready to fight for that Lombardi trophy once again. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking forward, fans should keep a close eye on how this situation develops. If the trade goes through, it'll be a game changer not just for this season, but for the future of the Packers' defense. It could also influence how other NFC teams approach their rosters, a clear sign that Green Bay is all in, making bold moves and pushing to reclaim their spot at the top of the league. The NFC North is already one of the most competitive divisions in football, with teams like the Vikings and Lions also fighting hard. But a fortified Packers defense with Sweat in the mix might just be the difference maker that tilts the scales in their favor come playoff time. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Are you excited about adding Sweat and what he can bring to our defense? Or do you think the Packers should focus elsewhere? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. This is a franchise that's always looking to improve, always aiming for greatness, and with a move like this, they might just be on the brink of something special. Thanks for sticking with me, and as always, go Pack Go.